Hey guys, a lot of you all have been watching us from afar as well as near, and you've been following our journey along and you're so excited for us. But hey, guess what? Talaat and I, we didn't do anything magical. Everything that we did, you can do too. That's why we decided to bring this content to you, to show you just how we started to prepare for prosperity. Coming up.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to an all-new edition of the Sunday Night Sit-Down with America's #1 money couple. I'm Talaat.
And I'm Tai, and we're from hisandhermoney.com, where we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
So it's been quite the journey for us financially, and you all have been able to view quite a bit of it. And as you watched us, you can't help but notice that we're what? African American. We're an African American representation of what can be done financially. And you know, it's great that we're here. It's great that you're on your way and you're taking the information that we're giving you and you're starting to make some change. But you know, the big picture isn't as pretty or as rosy as we've hoped. There's been research as recent as 2016 that says the median net worth of the African American household is $17,100. $17,100. And then you compare that to Caucasians, and their average net worth is 10 times that, literally $171,000. That is alarming. That says that we have quite a gap between us and other races, and that is a tad bit discouraging, but it's also motivating, and it fuels us to continue to present you all with this information to help in this effort.
Another stat that we recently learned about is in the area of home ownership or home buying, guys. You all know that we have recently paid off our mortgage. It took us 5 years, and we can finally say that we are mortgage free. But there is a stat that says 45% of African American families compared to 73% of Caucasian families actually own their home. What can we do about this, guys? We receive comments and emails of, so many people that look just like us saying, thank you all so much for being a representation out here. We're happy that we can see that you did it, therefore I know that I can do it too, and my family can do this. And you know what? You can. So we wanted to share with you guys. We actually started doing some thinking and like, okay, what are some of the steps or some of the keys and some of the things that we did in order to prepare for prosperity? Because remember, guys, you can't just say one morning you're going to wake up and say, oh, now I want to be prosperous. There are steps that you need to take in order to prepare. Preparation is key. And I think a lot of times people leave out the preparation part and they just want a quick fix, or they want a magical miracle, But no, there are actually some things that you must do to prepare for prosperity, and we're gonna share that with you now.
But first, let's look at what that word prosperity means. I think depending on how you were raised, you may hear that word prosperity and think one thing, or you may think another thing. So we went to the dictionary and we said, what does the dictionary say about the word prosperity? And it's pretty intriguing. It says that prosperity is the condition of being successful or thriving, especially economic well-being. What stood out to me was the fact that it said it's a condition.
Yeah.
When you think about a condition, like it is something that is a part of you. If you have a condition, it's in you. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of what you do. And prosperity is no different. When you take the right steps to prepare for prosperity, prosperity becomes a part of who you are, a part of your family legacy. So we want you to take this seriously. We want you to roll up your sleeves and get ready to learn and apply some of the things that we learned and applied in our own journeys to prosperity.
First, you must prepare your mind. 12 years ago, our story, or our happily ever after, almost didn't happen. 3 months prior to getting married, I found out that Talaat had more debt than he led me to believe. And this was after going through premarital counseling, pulling credit reports, like doing the whole nine, right? And we almost ended the marriage before it even got started. But one thing that really just stood out to me, and I can still almost vividly see it, was like you had this courage and boldness all mixed in at the same time, where you were just fed up with where you were, even financially. And I think that's the first step. You must prepare your mind, and you must get sick of this. You must say, I'm tired of this condition that we're in. I'm tired of being in the same place every single month, every single year, when I think that things are gonna change. and it doesn't. You must first prepare your mind. You gotta literally like just stand sure-footed and say, you know what? we're going to do this. I'm going to do this, and you can do it.
That's right. You have to believe it. That's the first thing. Like before we can get to investing, saving, debt, like you have to believe it in your mind that things can change. And also with changing your mindset, you have to understand that change is not always comfortable. Matter of fact, most times it's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
So prepare yourself mentally ahead of time. Like these changes that I'm about to make are not always going to feel the best, but I know it's going to lead to the best future for me, for my family, and I'm willing to commit. But you first have to commit by preparing your mind for all the change that's getting ready to occur. The next step is you have to prepare the foundation. When you hear the word foundation, you think of a home and building it. And no one starts the building or the construction of a home by applying the roof first. No, you start by laying a solid foundation, because foundations are key that when the storms of life arise, they are the thing that holds the home in place and doesn't make it disappear or get blown away. A solid foundation is going to be important on your financial journey to prosperity as well. You need to have your head out of the sand, not in the sand. You need to know your numbers. You need to know, how much do you make exactly? What's your take-home pay? How much are your expenses? You can no longer just go by the seat of your pants, swiping your debit cards, just buying stuff as you feel like it, emotional with it, and have no game plan. You need a budget. You need to understand the ins and outs, money coming in, money going out, so that you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck, spending your life in the deficit and overdraft and getting charged over and over again. Another key number that you need to know in laying your foundation is your credit picture. What is your credit score? What does your credit report look like? Are there things on there that shouldn't be? Along those same lines, as you look at your credit report, you're going to get a better idea of how much debt you're in. A lot of you have an idea, an estimate about how much debt you're in, and a lot of you are wrong. And so in order to have a good, solid foundation, you need good, solid numbers. Call your creditors and say, how much do I owe you exactly? What's my APR? What is my monthly payment? Because you need all this information to put into an organized manner so that you can lay a solid foundation for where you're trying to go financially.
That's right. So it's so very important that you pull your credit report. You know, that's something that we did and we still continue to do. Get in the know, find your information, see if there's anything on there that shouldn't be on there, or maybe sometimes even fraud, happens where someone is taking information out in your name. So making sure that you're informed in the area of your credit is very, very important. The next step is making sure that you are informed. Prepare yourself with proper tools and information. This was something that we did in order to get out of debt within our first year marriage, and still do. We were reading everything. I mean, going to websites, reading books, going to blogs, like so much information is out there. And I know some of you guys are saying, well, Tai and Talaat, just give me like something that I can just go to, one thing, in order to get all of this information. Where you are definitely in good hands. This video has been brought to you by Wells Fargo. We are so excited to have partnered with them with their Prepare to Prosper campaign. They have a ton of information over there that will definitely help you on your financial journey. Wells Fargo delivers a comprehensive approach to financial education, offering a collection of programs, tools, and resources to help guide you in increasing your financial knowledge and confidence so that you can achieve your short-term financial goals and start building long-term wealth. You guys, all you have to do is just go to wellsfargo.com/financial-education. We'll make sure that the links are in the description box below. You guys, they have tools over there for small business, home management, credit, investing. Don't delay. After this video goes off, make sure that you head over there today.
The next thing that you need to do is prepare for battle. Let me let you in on a little secret. As you start to make these changes financially, chances are pretty good that something's going to happen to try to suck the money that you have allotted to these financial goals of yours. The tires could go bad, or the furnace can go out. These things
Car repair.
These are things that we have experienced ourselves. We're telling you what we know, not
Do you
what we heard.
remember the week before Christmas? It was like 8 days before
Yes,
Christmas. Both our cars.
back-to-back
We
car
literally
repairs.
took one car to the shop, got it fixed, came home, and the very next day, y'all,
The other car
the
went out.
other car, like over $2,000, right? It was almost
Yes,
$2,000. We were
right
like,
before Christmas.
what?
So how do you handle this? Well, you are proactive.
That's
when
right.
you're preparing for battle, you need to set up an emergency fund ahead of time. you need to put a certain dollar amount, depending on your needs and your situation, in a savings account that you plan to never, ever, ever touch unless an emergency financial situation arises. Therefore, when these things do happen, it's no longer a financial emergency, it's just more of an inconvenience. You may have to pause the journey that you're on to address the situation, but now you have the money to address the situation without compromising where you're going on your journey to prosperity. Yeah, you're going to have to use and tap into that and fill it back up, but you won't be taken completely off course, because if you don't prepare and these things happen, you're going to be discouraged, because now you have to take the money that you were earmarking for certain financial goals and address the situation. So plan ahead, prepare for battle by having an emergency fund in place. This was huge for us.
Very huge.
There are so many more stories that we can give you besides
Yeah.
the cars going out back to back, but because we planned ahead of time, when trouble came,
Yeah.
it didn't take us off task.
Man, it's just something with Christmas. Remember one Christmas we came home and our house was cold. Y'all, we are in Chicago, right? Like, there's snow around Christmas and
Yeah.
it's cold. And we're like, no, we're going back to the house because we want the kids to have a Christmas. I mean, it's freezing in here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we had to call somebody to, it was like an
Fix the
emergency,
furnace.
to come and fix the furnace, and come to find out, do you remember why it wasn't working?
Why?
We were cold for no reason.
Why?
And we paid that bill for no reason. Mr. here, you don't remember?
No, that's why I'm saying why.
Forgot or did not push the filter in all the way.
Oh, okay. My bad.
But we had an emergency fund to cover his mistakes. So you definitely want to make sure that you have that in place, you guys, because you never know what may come up. Another thing that you must prepare for is for the unforeseen, you guys. It's so important that we have medical insurance, car insurance, health insurance, life insurance. Like, these are things that we need to make sure that we put a hedge around our individual selves as well as our family, right? In order to protect our financial situation. We have a lot of stories in that area as well too. I mean, we know of people personally who has lost loved ones, unfortunately, and did not have, insurance or life insurance in place. So make sure that you guys do a lot of research. Again, Wells Fargo, you all, go to their website. They have everything there in order to help you, because they want to help you prepare for prosperity. And one thing that I love, about Wells Fargo is just to see a company like this, really care about informing individuals. I think so many times we think that other people are, they are in it for something,
They're
right?
out to get us.
But they actually are informing you for free with a lot of education. Again, go to wellsfargo.com/financial-education to get informed.
The next thing that you need to prepare is you need to prepare your circle. Listen, this isn't something that a lot
Very
of people
important.
talk about, but it's something you're going to have to deal with, because your friends and your family are not all going to understand the changes that you are about to embark on. And they're going to try to tempt you. They may not be malicious in their intent, but they're used to you being a certain way with money. And now that you're changing, it's not going to mesh with everybody. And you're going to have to learn how to be okay with that. One way to do that is to be proactive. Like, listen, I can't do this anymore because these are my new goals. I am tired of being in the same financial cycle where I end up with nothing. I do all this work and I have nothing to show for it. So I'm making some changes. And I need y'all to be okay with that. Or I just need to inform you. You have to deal with this, because you don't want anybody to take you away from the bullseye target that you are locked in on. So to help you in this area, just let folks know, like, listen, the game is changing. I know I used to do X, Y, and Z, but now I'm doing A, B, and C instead.
Right.
And I just wanted to let you know this is how it's going down moving forward.
Yeah, and that's actually what we did. Believe it or not, there was no one in our family that did not know the journey that we were on. When we were trying to pay off this home, everybody knew Ty and Talaat was trying to become mortgage free. And so it was important to us that not only, our outside family, but our friends knew, as well as our children. For some of you guys, maybe you have children, maybe you have a spouse, sit down, have real conversations. This is so important. You cannot expect people to know off the bat what you're doing. Have open, honest, transparent conversations. And what we find is that when people do that, it's sort of contagious. Like, a lot of people are like, well, let me in on that too. Like, show me, pass on all the information that you learned, because I want to do that as well too. So be the change that you want to see in your family today.
Yeah, I think another great way to do that is just make a post on social media. Be like,
Yep.
listen, I'm about to get my finances in order. No more brunches, no more lunches, and just let.
Or
people
you may have the brunches
comment.
and lunches and they're
Yeah,
budgeted
yeah. I'm
for.
just saying, but that's a way to put it out there for everybody to see. With one little boom, you don't have to make a bunch of phone calls or a bunch of texts. Be like, boom, this is where I'm at. Just let people know that, man, the things that I used to do, I don't do anymore.
Yep.
The next preparation that you need to make is prepare for the future. No longer will you just have a mentality that is present day. Listen, anybody that is prosperous, that's wealthy, they are forward thinkers. They think about the future today. And you need to do the same thing with your finances. You need to start to put money away for tomorrow. Things like your company's 401k. Are you invested in that? Do you know your options? Does your company match? You need to figure this out and you need to participate. Get an IRA if you don't have a situation where your employer offers anything like that. You can do it on your own. You can invest in an IRA. The point is you have a future. One day you are going to retire and you need to be thinking about that today. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50. You need to be having these conversations with yourself. You need to be thinking and strategizing with tomorrow in mind. That's a prosperous mentality about the future.
That's right. Another way to prepare for prosperity or prepare to prosper is that in the area of creating some type of business, whether it be small business or become entrepreneurial in some way. What I love now is that we are living in, a world where there are a ton of entrepreneurs or self-made millionaires, right? Just starting behind a computer screen. Do it. Go forward. If there's a dream, if there's something that you've been always wanting to start, go for it. We are so thankful for His and Her Money. You guys know that we started this, 4 years ago, and it has blown our minds, and it's something that we enjoy. We enjoy being able to give back, but it is a business. So think of something like that. Again, guys, if you all need a lot of information in the area of small business, investing, and so forth, go to wellsfargo.com/financial-education.
Listen, we've shared with you things that we actually did to prepare for the place that we're in today.
Yep.
So if you are followers of ours and you've been saying, man, how did they do it? I want to do it. I want to be just like them. Then do what we did. Tony Robbins, famous communicator, motivator, says it like this. If you want to be successful, find someone who is successful at that thing and do what they did. So here's a blueprint, man. Listen, get the information, but don't just stop there. Create a plan and execute it. We want you to prosper.
Right.
So now it's time for you to do the work.
And what I love about, these ways or steps that we shared is that they're all equally as important. Like there wouldn't be one that I would put above the other. They were all equally as important. And some of them maybe we didn't do right off the bat. Maybe, when we went along the journey, we started to kind of incorporate more and then incorporate more. The key is making sure that you do something. Do something, you guys. We're so excited that we have been able to inspire so many others. We want you to inspire your community. We want you to inspire your family. We want you to inspire everybody around you. Do it. We are rooting for you and you can do it, right?
That's right.
Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, guys, and share this video. I feel like this video is so important, especially with the new year coming and the new year starting and things like that, and just the year overall. I feel like everybody needs to equip themselves with these steps in order to have a prosperous life. So, all right, guys, don't forget we have a ton of information also over at our website at hisandhermoney.com. And if you have not done so already, subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all of our information and all of our good content. All right, guys, we hope that you all enjoyed this video. Meet us back here next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
That's all we got for this time, guys. It's been great. Until next time. Peace.
Bye.